Our theme for the 6th week of our novena is Love Delights in the Truth. As a way of unpacking our topic of our reflection, let me ask two questions. First, let me ask you, is there truth without love? Is there truth without love? Truth can function apart from love. To depict if something is true or false does not require love to be present. It is factual and informational. When we speak about objects, events, or places, there is no difficulty usually in telling the truth. But some people place much emphasis on being truthful to the point that they do not realize that they are doing more harm than good. When we tell people the truth about themselves, because we care more about the truth than the person, then we have a scenario where there is truth without love. If we were to tell someone bluntly that they are fat, for its own sake, we will come across as condemning towards others. Truth without love makes us judgmental. It condemns. And the closest example we have to truth without love is law. Whenever we apply the law, we are being truthful and we are serving justice. But it is not necessarily with love. An example of truth spoken in love would be the story of the woman at the well in the gospel. Jesus chatted this woman up at the well. His disciples went to buy food, and he was alone with this woman. And he wanted to offer her living water or new life. He knew all that she had done and that she had 5 husbands, and yet it did not stop him from offering her new life. And at the end of the conversation, though Jesus had made her face the truth about her life and actions, she ran down happily, telling everyone how Jesus had told her everything she had ever done. In the second instance, she was not condemned. When we tell a person that they are fat, if we are really keeping them in mind the good of the person, it should make them want to do something constructive with their lives. And this brings me to my second question. Is there love without truth? Is there love without truth? As an immediate response, it seems like it is possible. We often talk about love at first sight. Two people who do not really know each other can suddenly feel passionately attracted to each other. And sometimes this lasts for years in a relationship. Some of us may say that, well, it is not really love. It is more of an infatuation or a codependency. In such instances, the feeling of love may be evoked, but real love may be in short supply. One may argue that it is still possible for love to exist without truth. In a more down-to-earth, plausible scenario, we could say that I can love a complete stranger by doing a good deed. And the story of the Good Samaritan is a fine example of that. There we see a stranger help another stranger in need. Truth doesn't seem to be at work in that instance. But here the relationship starts by giving the other the benefit of the doubt that this is who they say they are. Or in the case of the Good Samaritan, that the injured man is really injured and needs help. If any kind of falsehood is detected, it changes everything. If the Good Samaritan found that the injured man was lying in order to get free lodging, would the Good Samaritan continue to help him? For love to grow and flourish, it must be rooted in truth. Would you date someone or marry someone whom you know to lie a lot? We know that relationships cannot thrive if there is no truth or honesty. It is like a house built on sand because there is nothing genuine or real to hold on to. There are many instances where we claim to love someone by hiding or not telling the truth. We say that it is because we want to protect our loved ones. We often hesitate in telling the truth when the truth affects how people feel about themselves, feel about us, or about others. We may not tell someone that they are obese because we may hurt their feelings. We may hide our bad habit of excessive gambling or drinking because we may say that we do not want our family to worry. We usually say it is because we care. What is really happening is that we are afraid. We are afraid of conflict, of losing the relationship we have built. We are afraid of not being accepted by the people we love because of our habits. We are more concerned about how the truth will affect our lives and the relationship we have with others, rather than how it will affect the people we hide it from and lie to. Genuine love would be willing to even sacrifice the relationship between two parties for the good of the person concerned. Having looked at these questions and reflected on truth without love and love without truth, we have to say that while truth is necessary for love to truly blossom, truth in itself can still hurt and be damaging. Ultimately, truth must always be placed at the service of love. Truth in itself can be condemning when spoken out. Truth is when not spoken out of love for someone. Love is an act of the will and does not need truth for it to be acted upon, but will certainly help to sustain it healthily. Love does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but delights in the truth. Let us now kneel to pray the Memorare.